Something that was very obvious today, that was very noticeable today, um, was I'm a lot kinder towards people, even though I've been targeted. It didn't really faze me today. Um, so I just went about my business like I normally do. Um, but I did notice how different I am towards people. I'm more attentive, for real attentive. I'm not short and quick with, and be on my way like I usually am. Uh, One guy even hugged me today. And maybe that was God doing that. I don't know. But it felt good. But anyways, that's what I noticed. Uh, Today, especially, I'm a lot kinder. Uh, it, it's like my heart's changing or something. Like God's changing my heart or something. Something like that. I don't have uh, the dark heart like I used to quite as much. It's like God's changing my heart, and I know that sounds crazy. Like my heart towards humanity, uh, because I haven't had a good view of humanity since being on the planet. I haven't had a good view of it, of what I think about it. So he's changing my perspective and my heart. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. To be more caring towards people, even though there's chances I'll be targeted by somebody that's wanting to, manipulate or something like that. I don't care as much. I think I can handle that at this point. I think I'm confident enough, strong enough to handle those predators more so than before. I'm pretty sure I am. Like I felt that way today. Um, Maybe I'm a little overzealous in that regard. I don't know, but I told myself I'm not gonna let them push me into a corner where I'm hiding all the time from them, and I can't live and enjoy life like I want to enjoy life. You know, I want to enjoy life regardless of all that shit. All the forces of evil. I want to enjoy life still, despite all that against me out there, because this thought came to my mind, and I maybe it's no accident. I thought about this, and I'm like, somehow Jesus was able to have a kind heart despite the whole world hating him, despite, you know, being treated poorly and crucified. He still had a really kind heart, not a closed off heart, not he was still able to have a kind heart despite the onslaught on him uh, throughout his life, everybody hating him. He still had a kind heart despite that. You know what I mean? And that's what I thought about. I'm like, somehow Jesus pulled that off, to have a kind heart towards humanity still, despite everybody hating him. He still managed to have a kind heart despite all that. So it's not impossible to be targeted all the time, your whole life, and not be able to have a kind heart despite all that. It's still possible to have a good heart despite everybody hating you and everybody targeting you, basically. So it's not impossible. And that's kind of what I learned. I learned today. It's not impossible to have a, a good heart, basically a kind heart towards people, while there's people that are wanting to take you down, basically, at the same time. You can be both strong against those that hate you, basically. You can be strong against that while having a caring heart, basically. So, and I know that sounds kind of cheesy, I guess. I don't know, but that's kind of what I've learned today, because I believe Jesus knows I want to change. He knows I want to be different. He knows I want a better life, a better existence on this planet. I think Jesus knows that. And he's always helping me change a lot of things, about me, about how I see things, my heart, in a short amount of time, it seems like. And I know people will probably say, no, he isn't. But it seems like he is changing me, because I'm a lot more kind, and I'm not pretending. I'm actually real more kind than normal towards the public, towards people. I'm a lot more kind, face to face kind, but maybe that leaves me vulnerable. I don't know, again, but I feel like I can handle things a little better, these days. I think so, but only because I feel like God's watching out for me. Only because of that do I feel that confident that I can go about anywhere, and be okay, because I have a little more confidence and a little more trust that God does have me. He has me. I feel like I do belong to Him. I belong to Him, and I think I'm starting to really realize that. Like today, I belong to God, no one else. I don't belong to anybody else. I belong to God, pretty much. Basically, because He paid the price of my life already. He paid the price. I know it. I can feel it. He paid the price. He suffered my life, so I belong to Him because of that. Because of that caring, that love, that He did suffer my life, and got me through all the trials and tribulations, and got me away from he got me away from a lot of toxicity and all that. So I feel like I belong to Jesus, basically. So, and I think that He's gonna take me by the wing, basically, help me, guide me, from here, I can feel that. Um, another visual I got um, today, and I know this will sound crazy to people, but I felt like I was like I'm on Jesus's shoulders. I'm on his shoulders. He's trying to boost me up. You know what I mean? He's trying to lift me up, boost me forward, boost me up. I can feel that, because, you know, it, because he knows how I feel and how I kind of don't want to be here, totally. I can fake it till I make it forever, I guess, but um, I mainly just stick it out because you know, someone I cared about told me to stay alive, basically, but I feel like God wants more for me um, than I want for me. He really wants uh, the best for me. Like he wants a good life for me. I can sense that he wants that for me. You know, um, even if I think it's impossible for me to have a great life, I think he still wants a great life for me. He wants me to live and have a great life and live, not be a martyr and self-sacrifice and die with honor, doesn't want that for me, because I feel like Jesus already did that for me. He already was the sacrifice. He already was the martyr. So I could live. That's how I feel. Like, so I could live. He died. So I could really live. You know what I mean? Like a real life. Um, and I felt that today, like it doesn't matter where I am or even if I'm in a bad situation or bad environment or anywhere, Jesus loves me regardless, no matter what anybody says or does to me, whoever harms me, doesn't matter. Jesus still loves me, and it's a strong love. It's a solid love. It's an unconditional love. I don't have to do all the rules of religion for Jesus to love me. I don't have to do all the procedures of religion. I don't have to obey all the scriptures in the Bible for Jesus to love me. I don't have to, and that's what I realized today. Like breaking the Sabbath. I work the Sabbath. Jesus still loves me. you know, I don't read my scriptures every day. I don't fast all the time. I don't do any of that. Jesus still loves me. You know what I mean? No matter what, it seems like. That's what I've realized today, is that it doesn't matter what anybody says or does. It doesn't matter what the demons do out there. It doesn't matter what the devil does. It doesn't matter what the Christians do or say. Jesus still loves me despite any of those groups saying anything to me, because I don't live the Christian way. So Jesus can't love someone that doesn't live the Christian way. It's not true. He does love someone that is not a Christian at all, you know? So, but not, I admit a lot of my life I just wasted with various things. I wasted my whole life, basically. And I admit that, you know, with being workaholic or that kind of thing, or playing too many video games or watching too many movies, or you know, not taking school seriously, all that stuff. Jesus still loves me despite that, you know. That's what I realized today. It's that solid. Doesn't matter what happens to me or what happened to me in my whole life. Doesn't matter. He still loves me despite all that. So if he didn't love me, then I wouldn't be around right now. I wouldn't be around if he didn't love me. I would be long gone. You know, like see you on the flip side. I'm on the other side. You know, I'd be long gone if Jesus didn't love me. You know, it's his love that's keeping me alive on the planet, basically, because it's not my will or love for myself that's keeping me here. It's not me, because I don't love myself really that much. It's another individual's love, you know. It's someone else's love for me that's keeping me from exiting this world, basically. You know, the love is that strong, in my opinion, that it can keep me around and still trying, basically. You know, try to make a better life somehow, some way. You know, it's that strong. And can love change things? I think so. You know, for me, that didn't experience being loved by anybody most of life, for real. I wasn't cared about, really. So real love makes a difference to me. In my case, love does. Not really money, not really possessions. it's love that really makes a difference. I feel, at least for me, because I've never felt really loved by anybody. So that's why it's a big deal. And that's kind of what I realized today. Just like, doesn't matter, you know. So what if, you know, this person screwed me over, or that person screwed me over, or this, you know what I mean? Jesus still cares about me despite that. And that's what I'm learning. It doesn't matter what they've all done, you know. So, and I need to remember that. So, but yeah, I was just thinking that, like, I don't obey the Bible, you know, or anything like that, or, you know, the rules, the laws of the Bible. I don't, like I said, I don't care about religion or the rules. Doesn't matter about that. Jesus still loves me despite that. I could play video games for the rest of my life, waste away. Jesus would still love me. It's true. I could waste my life in the eyes of the whole world. Could be like that person is wasting their whole life, wasting away, you know, being a total loser, total recluse, all, all by himself. Despite that, Jesus still loves me. Despite me wasting away, doing whatever, for how long, doesn't matter, wasting my life watching TV or something, or wasting my life with this or that, Jesus still loves me despite that. That's what's crazy. It's constant. It's it's always it's always been there, you know. Um, really, despite anything that's happened, good or bad, I'm still loved by something, someone. And that's what, I guess that's all I really wanted, you know. I guess that's all I really wanted, was just for one person to give a shit for real. That's it. Just wanted one, even if it wasn't a human, because I know they don't give a shit. even if it had to be Jesus himself to give a shit finally, or for me to realize that someone gives a shit, even if it's just Jesus, at least somebody cares. At least somebody gave a damn in this world. And that means something to me, more than people think. Because I've seen a lot of this world, a lot of it, no one gives a shit. No one does. So just the fact that one individual exists out there, gives a shit, for real, makes a huge difference to me. Because nobody in this world really gives a shit fully. From what I saw. I mean, but it seems like a lot of you guys care. So I guess I found people that care on YouTube. But in real life, it's a little harder, But yeah, that's just kind of what I realized. um, even with all that I've been through, and how I've treated myself, and with all that, at least somebody cares out there. At least somebody does. Someone, you know. And that makes a difference to me. So if Jesus says to find my life, I have to follow him, then maybe that's what I gotta do, because I haven't found a life. I haven't found my life yet. So maybe that's how I find my life, is follow Jesus where he's guiding me and stuff, in life, like I feel like he led me to a Christian church, for example, like that kind of thing. I have to allow that kind of guidance, if I want to find my life, find a life. I feel like the only way to find a life is to follow Jesus, for real, and trust that he knows what he's doing, basically. Trust that he knows what he's doing to, to have me find a real life, you know. Um, Instead of just wandering this planet as a loner, you know, with no purpose, no goals, no dreams, you know. Instead of that, maybe Jesus can help me find some purpose, some life of some kind on this planet. So I actually want to be here for real, like really want to be here. And that's something I haven't felt for most of my life, is really wanting to be here, you know. So I'm hoping that Jesus can help me feel like I want to be here for the first time, really. Like I want to be here on this earth, you know. Because, I mean, he already overcame the world. So I don't need to fear anything because of that. I feel like I don't need to fear anymore because he overcame the whole onslaught of this world already. So who better to follow than someone that's overcome this whole world, you know, already, you know. They couldn't beat him, so maybe he can show me how they can't beat me, no matter what I do, you know. So at least that's what I'm hoping. But anyways, I just feel like there's no better person for me to follow or trust out there besides Jesus. You know, sure, you could go to any professional on the planet, coaches, this or that, you know, you could do all that different things to try to heal you and help you, guide you, life coaches, you can do all that. But I still feel like Jesus can help me better than all those professionals, you know, because he knows me. He knows me. So he knows how to help me better than they do. See what I'm saying? Nobody else knows me, in my opinion. No matter how many times I see them, you know, see the same professionals, they don't know me. So they can't really help me, really. Not in the long term. Not in life as a whole. The only one that can help me in life as a whole, you know, every day is Jesus. He's the only one that can really help me. And that's it. A unique position to know that. I guess, to know that he's the only one that can help me through this life and give me the life I want, or what he thinks I would want, or he could give me a better life than I can think for myself. Basically, that's what I'll say. He can give me a life better than I could create for myself. in my opinion, he could. So I have to trust that he can do that for me. Because I feel like I've tried every avenue. I've, I've tried doing things my way. I'll say it like that. I've tried doing things my way, and it doesn't work. Doing things my way doesn't work. So I need higher power of some kind to help, in my opinion. So that's what I think. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say, I think, for this video is, I've been made fun of a lot throughout life and cut down a lot and all that, but despite all that, being cut down by people and being made fun of doesn't matter. Jesus still cares for me, despite all that, despite the onslaught. So I think, this world hated Jesus the most, which is true. But I feel like I was hated the second most, if I'm honest, because and I think Jesus knows that. So that's why he has a lot of compassion and empathy for me. In my opinion, because he went through more than me. He understands all the shit I went through from everybody around. He understands all that, so, and nobody else does. Nobody understands what I've gone through except him. That's it. So there's nobody else I can find on the planet that knows what I've been through and can understand and empathize and help me. There's nobody on the planet that I can find. I know that. But I'm pretty sure Jesus understands. He gets it. He saw my life. He lived my life. he understands. So I gotta believe that and really trust that and have faith, a lot of faith that he knows what he's doing. I really have to trust that he knows what he's doing when it comes to me and my life. He knows what he's doing. So I have to trust that because I've tried doing things my way. Doesn't make me happy. Doing things my way doesn't make me happy. And I know that. God knows that. what I'm doing is not making me happy. The way I live does not make me happy. So I'm hoping that God can help me change that, so I'm actually happy to be here for real, and mean it, So, anyways, that's all I'll say, I guess.